Okay,
we
come
get it
on,
going.
baby, let's go.
All right, so welcome to another edition of Unstoppable. I'm totally I'm a little bit shook because I'm with the Gorilla CEO today. I'm trying to I'm trying to keep my composure, but let me try to start again. Welcome to another edition of Unstoppable REI. I'm here with my man Jamal Lockheart. So man, look, we talked. I don't even remember how long ago that was, but so much stuff has happened over the last, I don't know,
Yeah,
6 months to a year. And
yeah, we
so
really ramped it
I
up. We really ramped
I
it up.
I wrote myself a list. So I got a bunch of questions I want to ask you, but just to give you a heads up, I want to talk about comic book series. I
Okay,
want to talk about hedge fund stuff. I
okay.
want to talk
You got me.
about
You
tennis
got me.
shoes. Okay.
You got me.
I want to talk about. So
You
just
got
hit
me.
me with them,
Let me
man. So
let me
tell
get
me.
me get my joint in because I gotta do it. I gotta bless the show
Yeah,
and I
go
gotta
ahead.
bless
Go
my
ahead.
people.
Do
What's
it. Go
going
ahead.
on, everybody? Your boy Jamal Lockhart, the Gorilla CEO, Guerillapreneur, strategic real estate investment. I'm not next stop now. Lockhart Commercial Partners. I'm not next stop now. Gorilla Kickz, and as always, Gorilla Dome in the house. I'm glad to be with my man Rufus, man. I enjoy his company. I enjoy his content. He brings so much. This is really important to me. We have to embrace the people that bring so much to our community. This man brings a lot to our community. I respect him, and he been rocking with me for a minute. So I got you know, before I was doing all this stuff, he was rocking with me for a while. So I
Yeah.
appreciate him.
Yeah.
Got a
Well,
lot of love
thank
for you,
you.
brother.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's the same here, brother. So, all right, man. So,
Come on with it. Come on with it.
yeah, just hit me. So, why don't you let's talk about the tennis shoes, man. So
All
first,
right.
first, actually, before we do that,
Okay.
tell
Okay.
me the story behind the gorilla. I want to know why that,
Um,
and then we'll hit the other
the
stuff.
gorilla. Okay, we
Yeah.
going back. When I was in trouble, and I try not to really dwell on that too much. But when
Okay.
I was in trouble, when I was going through, I was displaced, didn't have a place to stay, this, that, and the third. Me and my wife used to stab out at Midway Mall, right? So
Okay.
I was thinking of making a real estate company, this, that, and the third. I didn't know what to do. I was following Jerry Norton and Max Maxwell and Chris Crone,
Okay. Sure.
I was following all them guys and trying to learn. Matter of fact, I got my first contract from Jerry Norton,
Oh,
right?
really?
So
Nice. Okay.
I'm a big Planet of the Apes guy, but
Okay.
with my father kind of had a background in the Nation of Islam, so he would always kind of watch movies and get the significance of it, right? So
Got it. All right.
Jamal, sometimes they see us as apes. I mean, our people and poor people in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to have that kind of imagery, but I wanted to make it a symbol of strength, not a symbol of weakness. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice.
that's how to
Nice.
go with it. I'll tell you, I got the logo. I was sitting in the mall and I was going through movie posters, right?
Yeah.
So I saw the original, the new Planet of the Apes, the one
Yeah.
with
Right. The new
I
one.
saw that. So I saw Caesar in the dark of the jungle. So I
Right.
got it, touched it up, and I JPEG'd it and changed it all around. So that became my first logo.
That's
So
nice.
that gorilla and the
And
Guerillapreneur, I got it from a book. I
okay.
got it from a book called Guerillapreneur Real Estate. Right. So I like, damn, I like that word. So the
Yeah.
Guerillapreneur, I just changed the spelling. Instead of having the gorilla spelling, I had the gorilla fighting preneur because of entrepreneur. And it's strategic. Everything we do on this side is strategic. So that's how
Nice.
the
Nice.
that's
I
how the gorilla
love
was
that.
built.
I love that.
Yeah.
And by the way, Caesar on the Caesar's no joke. Okay.
And picked his own name. Picked his own name. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
it's a lot of symmetry to that movie.
what's crazy about that is that when you look at, I don't know how many different Planet of the Apes movies there were, but you look at the progression of
Yeah.
him when he first
Well, I
started.
love the classics. I love the classics
Oh yeah.
with Robert Red. I love with him.
Yeah.
Just through the whole phase of the series.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
always saw it. It was kind of in a way, it was like a political satire on
It
how
was. It was.
races are interacting. What would
Yeah.
happen if the world would end? This, that, and the third. So it was a lot of thought stuff. So I like movies
Yeah.
that make
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
think. So when it came to the gorilla, I wanted that symmetry, but it goes to my connection to hip hop, like with Public Enemy
Oh
and Nas and
sure.
Biggie,
All
and
of
I,
it.
I throw all of that stuff in. So
And I love it.
I think in real estate, I had a mentor that told me everybody wants the Century 21 poster, right? Everybody can't be that, and that works for some people, and it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
really work for me,
Well,
But
yeah. What I love about what you're doing is you're using who you are and what you have. You're not focused on what you don't have, because I think
nah, I never
a lot of
have,
times we
man,
can.
because I've had it all and lost it. So what does that matter? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've
Yeah.
had it all and lost it, and I had to build it again, and I had to
Yeah.
change my. I had to teach myself financial literacy. I was trying to ball on a paycheck in Miami.
Yeah.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to
Wow.
ball on a paycheck, and I had the Benzes and the bikes, and I still do the jewelry. But me and my wife we had a great run. Me and my wife had a fantastic run. We had a lot of fun, but we
Yeah.
weren't financial literacy. I was literate, excuse me, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
hurt us in the end.
So, all right. So every time I talk with you, you hit me with something, and I'm like, dude, I didn't even know about that part. We got to talk about that. So we're gonna have to talk about. I want to talk about that another time because you got so much
get
depth.
to your meat
Okay,
and potatoes,
all right,
baby.
all
Get
right.
to
Let's
your
do
meat
it.
and potatoes.
It's all meat and potatoes, man. It's all all of it, all of it. All right. Let me calm down. All right. So now tell me about the Gorilla Kickz, man. Tell me.
Gorilla Kickz came from me loving sneakers, right? But we're going through the roughest time.
Are you
in our history so far as finances, right? And I see the younger. And this. Let me put you young kids straight out there.
All right, talk to him.
We was wearing Jordans before y'all thought about wearing Jordans because sometimes the older guys, what you rocking? I was wearing these for forever. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I've always been a sneakerhead, right? But I thought about the price of shoes. Now I got to give a disclaimer. I'm not telling you to buy reps. I'm not telling you not to buy reps.
Got it.
But it's an option so far as having, if you like classic styles or Louis or Fendi, and with the sneakers, if you like Jordans or Dunks, or if you want to go Bates or whatever or Yeezys, whatever you want to do. You can do it in a cost-effective way, right? And I deal with different I deal with factories in China, the Philippines, some in Mexico. So it taught me like international business to a certain extent too. But with the sneakers, it's called a quality. It's called one-to-one quality. Now I'll give you the breakdown. Nike, Puma, Adidas, and all of these companies, when they dump a style or they're not going to make anymore, they sell the plants to make the style. Every company does this. So these companies that can make shoes, they buy those plants and they make their own version of those shoes. Now, there's illegal when you come to a certain extent, right? Yeah. But like the thing is, as long as you buy them from a reputable manufacturer, it ain't no crime. It's no crime. Selling them, that's another thing. That's another thing. You know, if you sell stuff and you get popped, that's on you. But so far as having the ability to have sneakers that will cost you $1,000 to $500 to $600, and you can come to me and get them for $150, $200.
Why not?
It's the same shoe. It's no different. Wow. It's no different to parts, boxes, collectors. You have some videos where guys try to catch the rep and the fake, and they damn near can't do it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It goes to a series of tests. But I love sneakers, and I wanted to bring sneakers and glasses and styles and fashion affordable for everybody. So that's what I
so here's the thing. Since we last connected online together, I think that might have been, was it a year ago? I don't know. It was maybe a long time ago.
It doesn't seem like it was that. Like maybe 8 or 9 months.
Okay, maybe 8 or 9 months. Okay. Well, anyway, bottom line, since that time, I became a sneakerhead. Now, I was never really, that was never really my thing. I was the fancy shoes, and I had, I mean, we would have to talk the whole, all the bling bling stuff. I like the Jordans, and I don't even know enough about them to be able to say this versus that, the dunk versus boom boom, whatever. But I got about 3 or 4 pairs of Jordans, and I pay probably.
They're comfortable shoe. They're very classic. They're stylish.
And you
what? You kind of wear them with anything too. If you really play it right.
Well, the thing about it though, absolutely, and think about it with the whole idea of the whole what am I trying to say? That when everybody had to stay in the house, what is that? The disease thing. Why can't I even think of the thing? The whole when everybody was on lockdown. When everybody was on lockdown. Okay, when they had that.
I got. Okay, but with sneakers, do you? With me and reps, I've always been a Jordan guy, but I've worn sneakers. Diodoro, I've wore Adidas, Shell Toe, I've wore Puma Clydes. So I've always been into the culture. I'm in the hip hop culture.
That's the hip hop culture. And I got a pair of Shell Toe.
I was there when Run DMC did Fresh Fest, right? And it was an amazing time for business, right? Yeah, I was there. LL Cool J, the Fat Boys, EPMD. I'm right there.
Nice.
So Run comes out and he says, "Yo, who got the Adidas on?" So he took his shoe off. Yeah. And he held the shoe in the air in the middle of Madison Square Garden. Yeah. And the crowd went bananas, right? So I read about it 20 years later. The management of Adidas, matter of fact, the promotion management of Adidas was behind stage, right? So they saw that, and they saw the purchasing power of Run holding that shoe in the air, and that's how Adidas got put on the map. So I studied the business of shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I love shoes.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. So cool, man. We'll have to talk more about that because I know you're a busy guy. I don't want to take up all your time. I'm trying to hit as many of these.
No, man.
Things. Cool.
You got me, bro. Whatever
cool. All right, let's do it. All right, so now I want to talk about the comic book. Now, here's the funny thing about the comic strip. Okay, so I love your boy the Equalizer, Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, mm-hmm. So I love that, and I've watched that movie, man. I don't know, hundreds of times. Oh man, it is brand new every time, Mm-hmm. So one day I was thinking, man, I wanted to try to tie that into real estate, and I kind of came up with the character, and I put that out there, whatever, and I was like,
saw it was dope.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
dope, man. I saw
and
it.
and so I'm loving that. But then here you go, boom, with yours. I was like, man, this brother here. So tell me, what was the inspiration behind that? Because that's dope, man.
I'm a comic head too, so I'm a comic nerd. I can't front. Big shout out to my man Suleiman Samad Ankwe for my project Back to Terrace, my hometown, Newark, New Jersey. And me and Samad was sitting on the porch and read Marvel and DC books, and they have their own comic company. It's called On Q Comics, ON-Q Comics. Great black comic artists. Got Sketch Painter and Ratchet Man. Great characters. I think you love. But nice. My connection to the comics, my mom sent me to art school on the weekend, so I started learning comic art, and I could just draw my own stuff. But AI is a cheat now. You know what I'm saying? So what you've seen so far from the Gorilla Comics and the and Building Blocks is all artificial intelligence. So I learned how to prompt it. I got on Midjourney and I started moving some stuff around how I wanted the bubbles and adding hip hop. But really, Building Blocks was born from the Boondocks. I was a big Boondock fan, so it was kind of my homage to Boondocks, but on a real estate kind of twist.
That's dope, man. It's dope.
With the GWO Comics, it was really about Investor Syndicate. Investor Syndicate kind of motivated me, and that's my connection to the hedge fund. So I wanted to market, and I wanted to market different. I wanted to draw different people's eyes on it that we don't know what they like or their interest. So, and I did well with it. I made 3 books. I made Gorilla Doom, The Gorilla King, and then I made Investor Syndicate Invasion. So I did those 3 comics back to back to back. They got great stories. They're only 2 minutes long.
So what are you doing? Are you selling them, or what are you?
No,
are you okay? So how are you using?
I will be NFTing. I will be NFTing the entire series of GWO comics and the Building Block. I'll sell them for $1. I'll sell them for $1. It's nothing. So see that I'll get into that a little bit later. But the reason we're going to have a Lens Protocol coming up on Web3, and Lens Protocol will give us the ability to own our own content. So what I'm creating now, I will own so far as TikTok and and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. I will own my content. So that's why I'm really pumping so much of it now.
Okay, it out there. That's cool, man. In thinking about that, to me, well, what drove me, one of the reasons why I was looking at that is the entertainment industry is so big. And I thought, man, that's really what we're in. It's not, we're not really in the real estate business at all. We're really in the entertainment.
If you look at one guy that does it dramatically, and he's successful, can't take that, is Jamil Damji of Astro Flipper. He's been the genie. He got something coming on a campaign called Jumanji, where he's doing so you have to get creative to get You don't want to make a clown of yourself, but if you can do that and have fun, it's cool. But with me, I just felt being myself so far as the comics and the music and we're Building Blocks. I didn't want it just to be funny. I wanted it to mean something. So far as real estate, urban real estate as well. You're gonna see some hedge fund stuff in there. You're gonna see mobile home parks. We're gonna all tie it in. I did one today. Watch Your Circle. Like when you're trying to put a group of people together, and you always got that person that just the energy isn't right. Pulling away from what you're trying to do. So I always wanted to make Building Blocks something that could teach real estate in a way where you had to look for a little while, but you will learn a lot. That's what I was really trying to do.
That makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about the hedge fund stuff, man. So what's the deal with that? I mean, talk to me about
we got that. This is for my girl Corey called Inexhaustible Capital. They got good capital out there when they're doing projects. So, but I still got the I. So Investor Syndicate is a blessing to me to have the ability to work with a great. It gets me choked up sometimes because they have an amazing community there, Aruba. So I think that's what we all strive for on social media. We want a community of real people, but I got into it because I got tired of trying to scrape 1,000 buyers again, or 50 or 20. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, the hedge fund is simplicity. Is there certain intricacies to it? Of course there is. But it's like this. The hedge fund has a set target where they want it, the price they want to pay, the year they want to have, the square feet, all of this stuff, right? So they're giving you a menu to go get it. So how can you get it wrong? You go get, whether you got to negotiate, it's a lot easier, right? And then you're leveraging the power of institutional funds and hedge funds. You're leveraging, it's not your money, you're leveraging money. So we can cover that. Get the proof of funds, you know what I'm saying? LOI, send it off and handle your business, if it's commercial or residential. But when the bottom fell out, I say 2019, when the market started to shift, Ben and I'll give you the whole crew. Ben Lovro, his beautiful wife Lisa Lovro in underwriting, Sarah, Alex RVA, Baby G, Jason Graham, the Thunder from Down Under. We got double Jasons. We got a community of people from multifamily to underwriting to VA We have the service. We got our own CRM with Market Pro. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
There are courses if you choose to go that route so far as courses, but we are a community of individuals that want to come together and see each other succeed. And I think a lot of times, I'm not knocking on Facebook. Your group is like that. Some groups are fluff. They don't really connect. We connect. We meet every Wednesday, 2 p.m. We got a leadership meeting, which I'm part of. You know what I'm saying? So far, they call me the social media genius. I got one viral now. So I did get one viral video in over 12 years.
Nice, man. That's all it takes is one, though, you know?
But it did like 242,000. And I just put up some slides. I did it on TikTok. I was just putting up target zones for the hedge fund. It was amazing. Just a couple of maps and had the buying areas, and it scrolled across contact if you're interested in 242,000. But with the hedge fund, it's leverage. There's different funds. Like you may have the higher Wall Street fund, tertiary fund, and you go down to lower funds with lower prices. They like the deals to have a good rent ratio, a good cap. You know what I'm saying? You just go hunt. They have a criteria in Ohio. And I got mad on my at one group. Bube Wanza, big shout to him. He had me in Cleveland, cash buyers and wholesale, and I put this opportunity for the hedge fund in Ohio. Roof is from Cleveland to Cincinnati.
Wow.
It's that many targets. It's from all these little towns I've never even been in. You know what I'm saying? And there's so much opportunity for people that are wholesalers or realtors or brokers to come take advantage of it because it ain't gonna last long. So that did pump me up a little bit. But with Investor Syndicate, it's the community, it's the knowledge, it's the help. It's Rachel Bree. I was saying about the New York deal. I met her there. So we got an intricate New York deal in East Harlem. You know, it's someone that's like 4.5 million on the table, but we have some loan or the predatory loan company. We got some things but it was amazing to me, the person from that group that got me instant. You know, you working from there, I'm working, and she killing it. She went and got the SOR, which is the certified housing program. You gotta let people live there for a little bit less rent. She got the rent roll. She got the performer. So I met her there. So to meet amazing people like that and have that network of power in the hedge fund and out of the hedge fund. Graham with national disposition. So if certain deals don't fit the hedge fund, they can fall down to national disposition and we'll put them out to other buyers. You know what I'm saying? So it's a system, Roof. It's a beauty. You gotta come, you gotta drop by one time.
You know what? I need to do that because here's the problem that I'm running into, man. Like you said, the community, because I also want to talk with you about just the stuff that you do social media wise. I mean, because you are a monster with the social media, man. You're everywhere, you know. And so I want to know what you're doing. But before I say that, the challenge I'm running into is the engagement. Like you said, you've got groups of people, you got numbers of people, whatever, in your email list and your whatever. But you need the community. That's not the same as a community, you know.
You're talking about. Well, I found Investor Syndicate kind of on a negative situation, but I flipped into a positive. I ain't gonna break it down. But when I saw Ben, I was like, okay, he's doing something. This was 2019. I've been rocking with Ben Investor Syndicate for 3 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
I've been rocking with him for 3 because I see the value. I wouldn't give something my time if I didn't see the value.
Yeah, sure.
And whether you get a deal or you don't, it's options. I think right now we have to kind of to protect our core because when you start blowing up, that's when the negativity comes. That's when the things that try to tear you apart. So I think we need to really focus on a stronger pulling together, but we tight, man. We tight on I gotta give Jason credit. I think Jason got 30 multifamily deals this month. 30.
You talking about Jason Melabute? Is that Jason?
No, this guy I can't get his last name. We have Jason Bobo, who's a monster, and another I don't remember his last name.
Okay, but, gotcha. All right.
This guy got like 30 multifamily deals, LOI, at least 8 under LOI and POF in this market. You know, so with Ben, what he does in the hedge fund operations, we got a land fund, we getting land lots, we buying land tool, mobile home park, we buying everything. But it was right after the bottom drop. So Investor Syndicate was doing primarily single family homes, and they had to shift. The market wasn't there. So we learned others. So I came in, Graham came in, Baby G, who's our computer guy and like our finance expert from crypto to stocks. We got people, we have a community of people that can enhance your whole business persona and your business reality.
Yeah, you know what, man? Offline here, I wanna spend some time and talk about some of that because I want to learn about that. Because, like you said, the key is shifting, changing. The only thing that's constant is change, and so you gotta shift and move and be flexible. You know, it's interesting. My wife and I were talking about this. That the idea that silk is stronger than steel. Because of its flexibility, you know. So you gotta be you got to be flexible, and I
You
don't
have
think
to
that
be.
you learn that, I think, through trial and error. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
And
let me
so
tell you
yeah,
about one of my guys. I want to
yeah,
give this quick. My guy Jamal
yeah,
Mills. He used to be an investor. See, I say somewhat still is because you can come and go. It's not you don't have to stay there.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Jamal always got into to the mobile home parks. He's doing land. He's doing amazing stuff. And I always consider Jamal Mills Guerillapreneur because he could be doing this and I could be doing that. As soon as
yeah,
it's something that's like kind of close to what we're doing, we boom. And that's
mm,
part of that community as well. And it's
yeah,
like I
yeah,
think you
yeah,
can't do it alone, guys. You cannot do this alone. I don't care if you're a one person and you don't got
yeah,
an acquisitions manager or a dispo manager and you may not have VAs. Come to a group that can connect you with that, or maybe
yeah.
even at times share that with you.
Sure.
So I think that's what Investor Syndicate is about. We had just had our 3-day deal making mastery challenge last month. We came in and we helped a lot of people, and we just put out good energy about how to get yourself together, the difference between multifamily and single family deal structure. So
Okay.
Investor Syndicate is a win-win. It's a win-win.
Okay. Cool. Well, man. All right. So I got all this stuff off my chest. I want to make sure I hit you with that stuff. So now I hit you with a couple of questions. We got some time left. So you let me
Yeah,
know
no
when you
problem.
when you need to rock need to jet. All right. Cool. All right. So here we go. So I want to know what are some of the key strategies or techniques that have contributed to your success as a real estate wholesaler, and are there specific methods or approaches that you find particularly effective?
I'll give you a short one.
Yep.
When you're not motivated, stay consistent.
Okay.
When you're not, even when you don't want to go, do it anyway. So like I'm not an algorithm guy, but I believe in so far my social media stuff, posting constant, post
Yes.
constantly. Whatever thoughts you may have, it may not resonate with a million people, but maybe it touch 100 people. To me, the number doesn't really
Gotcha.
matter. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So if those are 100 solid core people that dig what you're saying, that's an audience for you.
Sure.
Like I said, if you're not motivated, stay consistent. Get into your health. I got a little fluffy over the winter, you know what I'm saying? So I got to get into my health, and I've always been pretty good. So I like boxing and martial arts. I'm pretty sharp with my stuff, but now I got to get a regimen. And big shout out to Thaddeus, my guy Thaddeus Campbell on that, man. He's a big inspiration. Check that
Okay.
guy out as well, Thaddeus Campbell. Exercise. Okay, reading, of course. Think and Grow Rich right here. My library is right here.
Okay.
Thinking strategically, my library is always right here.
Okay.
Reading, opening up your mind. So read and then write things down. People don't really believe in this technique, but it really works. You can read something, whether it's connected to real estate or like on a post-it note, just a little tip, right? So I
Okay.
was doing that, and I came into a situation with a deal that I had wrote down a tip, right?
Okay.
And the exact thing I wrote down was happening. So I kind of knew what to do. So sometimes when you have that thought that stick with you, write it down. You can see it again. It could be for later use. It could be 20 years from now. But sometimes that statement will spark something. So write things down.
Okay.
Community. Have a community because you can't do it alone, man. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh,
I've
I
been in a
know.
room with JT Fox and the founders, him 500. I've been in some big rooms, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Matter of fact, my latest contact was Marcin Drajde out of Houston. He just
Okay.
did a deal with Grant Cardone and Alex Rodriguez down here. So
Wow.
we've morphed into a larger entity. But it's a beautiful thing to see too.
Sure.
But network your butt off, stay consistent, watch your health, and connect with your family. Don't let this stuff, whether you're getting a lot of money or you're not, don't let it distance you from your core values and your family. That's important too.
I love that. All
Yeah,
right. So can you share a memorable deal or experience that taught you valuable lessons as a real estate wholesaler? What were the challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them?
I'm gonna give you one. I definitely gonna say his name because he's a monster in the game.
Okay.
I had a house in Cleveland. It was 120. I was gonna get it for 70. Right. This is in unicorn season.
Okay.
Things was close. I was gonna make 50K on it. Right.
Yeah. Right.
I called a heavyweight wholesaler. I said, look, man, I got this deal. I want to chop it up. I'll give you 50, 25,000. I'll take 25. He said, okay, sure. I sent him the information, no NDA. Right. So thinking, okay, this guy, he's a veteran. He ain't gonna screw me over. And he went and got that deal the next day. And he sold it for more. He made like 75,000.
It left you hanging, huh?
It just kept me right on that. So that was my first. Not so much trust anybody. CYA, y'all know what that means. Cover your ass. Get the paperwork signed.
Period. Right?
NDA, NCNDA, whatever you need, whether it's commercial, big, a lot. I don't care if it's a tiny house. Lock it up legally. So that was a lesson, not to trust anybody, but to be more careful in how I move.
Sure. So have you left that guy alone, or is he still in the?
Oh yeah, no. I would tell you truthfully, Roof. If I came across something and he in Cleveland, so I could definitely work with him again. He's that sharp. I would work for him again, but I just no. Let me not say I'd work with him again. I work with
Okay.
him again. At the time,
Okay.
I was kind of working for him. I was,
I see.
bird dogging and bringing stuff in and doing stuff like that. But now I'm at a level of, if the money was right.
Got it. But that's a valuable lesson. You know
If
what?
the money was right. But get everything signed. Make sure everything is inked up right and legal. Everything.
Yeah. All right.
Front
Here's
to back.
another one. So in your opinion, what are the most important qualities or skills that a successful real estate wholesaler should possess, and how can aspiring wholesalers develop those attributes?
Tenacity. One is tenacity. And this time with this changing market, with all that's coming, the CDBC, Central Digital Bank Currency, the changes in the market when they're talking about we could be seeing 6 to 8% interest rates will become the norm, right? You got to be tenacious. You got to be tenacious in there, knowing that over 80% of residential properties, multifamily and single family, will be owned by hedge fund units. And they're gonna own all of this stuff. So Mr. Jones and Mr. Rosenblum and Mrs. Chang, them landlords ain't gonna exist no more. So you have to have a tenacity in this time where you can't let nothing stop you. And it's time you're gonna feel bad. It's time you may shed a few tears or whatever. But you gotta have that tenacity to push through, to learn new techniques, creative finance, learn about finance so far as how you can fund deals, raise capital, get your deal making stuff up so far as your analytics on deals so you're getting good deals instead of crap deals.
Sure.
Stop thinking people can wave a magic wand and save a bad deal because it don't work that way. Do the math on it. Take less to make a little. You know what I'm saying? That's another lesson. Tenacity. Just to be tenacious in everything you're doing, but tenacious with a balance. Like tenacity, if it's unbalanced, like when I was a fighter, sometimes my tenacity was sometimes unbalanced. Where I just want to get you out of there, right? With this, you have to be tenacious in a way where you're controlling your emotions. I had a scenario yesterday where I had to control my emotions about something that maybe matter in real estate, but things are going to upset you, things are going to frustrate you, but you got to have a tenacity to just, man, I ain't thinking about that. I'm going to push through. I'm going to push through. So you got to be by one, tenacity. And how to train it, how to hone it is to get to be by yourself sometimes. If you're going to hone that skill, learn to enjoy being alone sometimes, where you can reflect on your own thoughts. Go sit out by the water or something. Go sit in the park and watch nature do its thing. And that way you can that's my thing. If you do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. But find a place where you can center yourself, okay, this is my goal. This is what I got to do. And it's like Bob Proctor's. Look at your results. Results will never lie to you.
You never lie about that.
So that way you can think about what you need to do and accomplish it, man. It ain't that difficult.
Right. I love it, man. I love it. So here's another one. So how do you go about finding motivated sellers and identifying profitable wholesale opportunities? Are there specific marketing channels or strategies that have yielded consistent results for you?
Okay, with me, my evolution came from the last time we talked. I think I told you this last time. I'm blessed with a lot of deals coming to me where I don't have to hunt as much as I used to. I still call motivated sellers when I want to look in a particular area. Okay, let's take Atlanta. I got Atlanta covered with my realtor buddy, Chris Kimmy, an amazing realtor. I don't got to do that. He'll do that for me. I tell him remember, with the hedge fund criteria, with our buy boxes, Chris, this is what I want. Send this back, and I'll check it off and do my own, analyze it, and then if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't. So leveraging people. I got a few. I got Mike in Chicago. What's the guy? Rachel Bree in New York. You know what I'm saying? Jamal in Philly. So you make this network where you can be even where you aren't, but not just on computer, with a human person that you know and you built a relationship with. So that branch out like a spider's web and catch these cats. But it's catching the deal the same way. I got a big one. I got a partnership deal for First National Realty on a big 231 unit spot called 321 unit called Parkside Place in Pasadena, Texas. It's right off the block from NASA, right around the corner from NASA, 15 miles outside of Houston, right? So this First National Realty, they only deal with accredited realtors. I'm getting there, but that eight figure, I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? But they do only accredited. But Mr. Ron Johnson, like Ron Johnson from Different World. That's why I was remembering his name. Ron Johnson shot me this deal. He shot me 4 deals from them, right? But this deal, $27 million. They got 20. They need 7 on the partnership. Now check this one. Okay. They have 99-year abatement on property tax. They ain't paying property tax for 100 years. Killer deal. So as soon as you invest in, you getting money back. So this was an amazing. I got that deal out there. I got the Colorado Real Estate Hub, which is another hedge fund that wants the big stuff, 5 to 30 million. 20 doors to 300 doors. I'm seeing this thing in a lot of the multifamily stuff though. They want spillover. So if it's in an A-class neighborhood, they want a B-class building. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you're catching that spillover with a little add value, good cap about 7%, maybe a little over, not too high. And I'm seeing this in a lot of criteria all over the country. So I have two that are very similar, but in different areas. With Investor Syndicate, it's more the Sun Belt. And with Colorado Real Estate Hub, it's Kansas City, Missouri, Bowling Green, Kentucky, Kansas City already. And majority of the Midwest. Majority of the Midwest on that criteria. But it's pretty much the same criteria. Okay. So I'm seeing that pattern and stuff.
So mostly, do you own? You have some stuff that you hang on to, or is it mostly stuff that you're flipping?
Sometimes. Like, I got 6 now. I got 6. But with me, I didn't say I did it wrong. I started focusing on multifamily in my last 2. So I got 4 that's single and 2 that's multi. So with that, and we use OPM, outside people's money, and I got 3 that I'm taking over so far. In that count, that'll be sober houses. So I did some nice stuff. Let them move out. I take it over. And get that government money.
Nice.
But we got I cannot forget. I know you know my man.
No,
Michael Evans, man. Michael Evans with the qualified opportunity zone strategy in Detroit. That's an amazing opportunity to get the qualified opportunity zones that Trump left for them that we could get. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe the Cleveland Cavaliers owner, he spruced up to all of downtown Detroit. But these qualified opportunity zones were pretty much left alone. So my man Michael came in there. Michael Evans, genius mind. Matter of fact, great financier out of California, the state of California, matter of fact. Great guy. Right. So he figures out a plan to get these properties, right, at Section 8 price. Fix it up where you got to fix it up nice, where you're not slumlording or anything like that. Maybe 50 to 70,000 to buy a house, right? 1,200 per month, 7% cap, right? And you get Section 8 money. Wow. It ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop coming. And then he made it a one-stop shop where you can get the financing. If you want to get renovation, you can do it right there with them, or repairs, you can do it with them as well. If you want to bargain it, if you want to JV it, all under one roof. So like my network, man, Barrick Lester, I'm quite sure you're Barrick Lester and the Black Wall Street gang down there. These guys are doing amazing things for our community and to teach us how to get wealth in different ways, but especially in real estate. If you can't start with a $200,000 building, start with a $7,000, $50,000.
Right.
You could do it.
I love it.
And if you saw my last, it's the third one, with building blocks. I kind of did something with that where I have a character myself called X Jamal, right? But the baby me, right? And he was saying how I wish it is the baby me. You know But, so X Jamal was saying, hey man, the reputation of Detroit, I don't know. Right? I'm a little worried about that. So there's another character called Omega X. That's an angel me.
I see him.
Right?
So
when I saw that, when I put that up there, it was like, well, it's time for us to change the narrative and invest in our communities. So it's like when you want to talk about it, be about it. If you get a group of people that want to live better, can't nothing stop them. But you may have to create that. You may have to screen your tenants better and get people. I'm not knocking nobody. When you're trying to create a neighborhood, you want the people that care about the neighborhood. It was a heavy real estate event. I can't remember his name. I saw it on The Real Deal on Instagram. Okay. And he said, billionaire. And he said, I've made a lot of money in real estate, but sometimes when I drive through, when he used the word downtrodden, more of the downtrodden areas, as he said, right? He said, I don't see anybody fixing it up. So why would I invest in it if you wouldn't invest in it?
Wow. Good point.
So, right. So I think with the Detroit thing and the QOZs that my man putting together to have the ability of financing, the deal making, that we have the ability to get the section, and they got 5 housing authorities in Detroit now, not just one. So they're bidding on your home to people who want to pay more. Right. So this is a win-win on a lot of stuff, man. So with Investor Syndicate, with the Detroit Qualified Opportunity Zones, mobile parks, man, Colorado Real Estate Hub, man, I'm blessed, dog. I'm blessed.
You are blessed, man. This is killer information, man. I'm gonna hit you with a couple more questions because I want to just.
Go ahead, man.
All right, good. All right, cool. So here's another one. So negotiation skills play a crucial role in the real estate wholesaling game. So can you share some tips or techniques for negotiating with sellers, buyers, and other stakeholders in the process? What approaches have you used that work well?
I've evolved with that. So if I still got, but I can get VA to do that. So I don't really do that as much as I used to. I still do when I want to jump in the game, like I'm in the circumvention market. But if you cold calling, one trick would be the mirror technique to understand who you're calling. Like, hey man, where you from, sir? I'm from New York. Hey man, I'm from New Jersey. Something where you mirror something where you can start a conversation. Okay. So learn points of pain, especially in single family stuff. That's not so much in commercial, but and it is to a certain extent, but not like it is residential.
Sure.
Residential, a person has feeling about the home. They raise their kids there, divorce, marriage, whatever, graduation, whatever. So you have to connect yourself to some of those memories in order to connect deeper to make the sales.
Okay.
Don't make it about the deal, right? This is what it's going to. This is another one of my mentors gave me. When you make it about the deal, you'll get the dough. So understand every aspect of the deal so far as what the seller's needs are, what's your exit strategy, you know what I'm saying? Keeping your repairs in check, you know what I'm saying? Making sure you get with the contractor, going to finish the damn job and not rob you. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of factors in it so far as putting the deal together. But yeah, worry about the deal, not the dough. Worry about the deal, you're going to make the dough. It's a bunch, man. But get good relationships with realtors and brokers when you can. Because it's a game that you can play. They get off-market stuff anyway, but it's trying to like they want to make it like a image that they don't. They get off-market stuff all the time, but you have to have that relationship with brokers and realtors where you get it first. Gotcha. I just built them relationships where I get it first. That's all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Big shout out to Kathy Chin, man. Kathy the artist, excuse me. That was Kathy, man. She was sending me gold mines, Ruth.
Really?
She was sending me. I had the Hyatt New York where they sold it in 2021. That was something like 62 million. She was sending me deals I didn't even know what to do.
Wow.
For real. But I've been blessed to do that, man. I've been blessed with maybe it's how I market or whatever, but I think people see I'm gonna do my best at whatever I do. You know?
Yeah, man. You to me, you're the real deal, man. You're real. So you're a regular guy, but when you talk to when I talk to you, man, you just are full of knowledge and wisdom. And
it's just what I got from other people, you know. And I guess repetition is the best teacher.
Sure.
Like I said, with Investor Syndicate, I learned so much because, like, when I said I was kind of coming out of that when we did the first show. But before I was all about me. I'm gonna do this, what I want to do.
Okay.
And I think I've been more creative now because I can put it into what I'm doing with other people. I don't have to make it about me. Sure. Like I can say maybe something I'm thinking about Investor Syndicate I can put into building blocks, or something I'm thinking about multifamily or whatever.
Sure.
I can teach lessons in real estate that the average person may just go by, but it may catch their attention. You know, but I've been blessed, man. Like with GW Comics, that got me. Like when I did, like when I do you missed one. When I do the Gorilla Doom thing, right? Gorilla Doom to me, when I started getting Gorilla Doom, I was a big MF Doom fan. I was a big MF Doom, the rapper fan. And he was a rapper that, I'll cut it short. He was kind of a rapper that had a great career and got screwed by the industry and kind of had to, come back, right? So he donned the mask. And he would just rap. He would do shows and wouldn't go. He would send imitation hymns called Doom Bots. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, this guy done changed the rap game. Yeah, and he's one of the most remembered rappers of all time because he went completely to the left, Okay. So me being a Doom fan, I wanted to kind of take some of that imagery with me. I said, let me be to the left. When it comes to the Doom character, let me just be to the left. That's hip hop. It's somewhat the old me, but watered down a little bit.
Yeah. Well, but what's cool about it? Yeah. It's cool to me because you're really understated. But when somebody spends some time with you, man, you're a wealth of knowledge, and so you're not.
You're the first person that ever called me understated.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, because I never
appreciate that.
Yeah, but not. They don't see you coming. You know what I mean? That's like, I guess that's probably maybe a boxing. I mean, so it's like people. I think that people could underestimate you until they talk to you. But that's really how you want to be. Possibly. Like, like the mafia, as an example.
No, Godfather. Funny you said that. I used to work for the mafia.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got to talk. Godfather is another one of my top movies. But my point is, they don't want to be out there. On blast. They got whatever they need. So whatever the job calls for, they got the resources to take care of it. But I ain't got to tell you all my stuff. I'll just take care of it. So my point is this, man. You have lots of resources. You're a super smart guy, man. You're full of wisdom, and I honestly want to offline. I really want to spend some time. There's some stuff that I'm trying to work on that you need to have brothers in your life like this. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have the.
No, I appreciate you too, but the reason I think of you, Rufus, I think it goes back to what I said about consistency. You're consistent. I saw, who was the other sister that does your show too? What's the other lady that does the version of the show?
A version. Oh, Rihanna. Rihanna.
Drake. I was supposed to get on with her. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
So,
yeah.
But with me and you, it always had a flow.
It was a connection, yeah.
I remember when Ruth was just posting, man. I'll go back almost, I'm going to take you back, almost 4 years ago, about 4 years ago, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
He started talking about passive. He started talking about things that really caught my attention, right?
Yeah.
When I was doing my own thing. You know?
Right.
When I was doing my own thing. But he would always make me stop and kind of just check out what he was doing.
Yeah.
And like 4 years later, we still rocking together. I'm proud of his success, man. And with all your courses, it's like, when you find people that get, it's not, you don't want to leech off them. It's the energy they come in with. That, man, that's good for me. That's good for my spirit. That's good for my mental. And I think the more people you surround yourself with like that, you're going to have a great career in whatever you're trying to do. If you have the wrong energy around you, the wrong stimuli around you, no motivation, you go. It's like we got to really start looking at it like this, right? And it's not a disrespect. It's just a reality.
Yeah.
We got winners and got losers. Yeah. You got to pick what side you're going to be on.
You do.
It's pretty much that simple.
Yeah, it is. And you find out, and I don't think you find that lesson out till later in life, that you can't be hanging out with everybody. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
You have to be selective.
Around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. But it goes in reverse, because if you're around, people that have poverty mentality, then that'll, you'll shrink your dreams down to the size of that picture.
Mentality, all of that, bro.
So it's really important.
I was there, bro. I was there, man. So, a lot of things that I do, like sometimes, like if you notice, I still use Power Director, but I never take the watermark off. I want people that don't got nothing to know what I'm using. It's CapCut, if it's whatever. I don't, some people, everyone, my video got to be perfect and make it about me. No, if you use CapCut, tell people you use CapCut. If you use Power Director, tell people you use Power Director. So that way the people that don't have, trust me, I was making videos when I was putting GIFs together and I would put photos together and blend stuff. It was all free. I've never, I say up to maybe 2-3 months ago, maybe with a couple things I added, a couple of apps and stuff, I've never paid for any content I've created. I've created everything. Never paid.
Nice.
Star Wars, you seen Star Wars?
Yes.
Star Wars, Panther, I ain't paid a dime for none of that. I just put it together, put it through, either Power Director, CapCut, and glue it and edit it. And
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. So man, we got to make this a part 4, 5, 6 or something, because I've enjoyed this, and I'm gonna tell you in all seriousness. So anyway, all seriousness, I appreciate your time, and I value what you're doing, and
appreciate you too, bro.
Yeah, so we're gonna so I'm gonna end the recording, but hang on for 1 second. I want to ask you something, okay? So we'll end this up, and hang on 1 second. All right.